Good afternoon and welcome to Courtroom Chronicles, Charles of South Africa. If you are celebrating your birthday, happy birthday, Mdase, happy birthday. We did wish other people yesterday a happy birthday and the ones that were celebrating their birthday on the weekend. And today, on the 24th of February, we are wishing you happy birthday. Let's not waste time. Let's get right into it. So, listen, there's a corruption scandal in Bumalanga. You've probably seen it in the news where 33 people appeared in court yesterday. We knew of this scandal as early as Sunday when they arrested a lot of them, and some of them appeared yesterday in court, and others appeared today. Some have already gotten bail, and I want us to talk about a specific family. Now, imagine a whole family allegedly running a multi-million rand scheme, um, money that is meant to fix schools and is meant for kids, and when they just misuse the money. So I'm talking about the Taylor family, the father, mother, and the daughter. So 33 people appeared in court yesterday. Of those 33 people, three are family members. It's the dad, the mom, and the daughter. And I'm going to break it down to you who did what, how they supposedly did it, and why people are saying they might be the masterminds behind this huge mess. So, first, let's meet the cast, meet the family. The first person that we're going to talk about is the dead, Absalom Taylor. Absalom Taylor is the one who used to be a CFO, uh, acting. Actually, he used to be an acting CFO at the Mpumalanga Department of Education. So basically, the guy could make big money moves happen in the department. They say that he was the guy who was drafting the tender memorandums and signing off payment. So it makes sense why people think he's the mastermind. And there's the mom. Let's meet the mom. The mom is Ruth Khoza Taylor. That's the mom. And she's the alleged bag lady. She would apparently go to the bank, launder, and she would go to the bank, pull out massive amounts of cash from her daughter's company accounts. I'm sure you already hear how the daughter is involved. She was the one who would go there and withdraw the huge amounts and hand deliver it to officials. That's bold, if you ask me. That is bold. The dad is working as a CFO. The mom is the one who is withdrawing the money from the bank and delivering it hand to hand to the officials. And we also have Upalisa Taylor now. This is the daughter. Absalom Taylor is the father. Ruth Taylor is the mom. And Alisa Taylor is the daughter. So now the daughter, she runs the company that investigators say she was using to launder some of the stolen money. Her company is basically the front that it made it look like these transactions were legit while they were not legit. So she's the one who made it all look like it was legal because of this company that she had. So all three they showed up yesterday on the 23rd of February 2026, and bail was set at 50,000 rands each, which is very interesting because they all had excuses from the dad to the daughter and the mom. They all had excuses. So they got their bail was set for 50,000 rands. And Absalom said he is not healthy. Just imagine. Because this happened around 2019 and 2020. So he said he is not healthy and being in jail would affect him financially. It would hurt him financially. And, this is interesting. You are accused of a very serious crime, and you are telling us that you cannot be in prison because this will hurt you. Interesting. So now, Upalisa, guess what? Guess what her excuse was? She said she's breastfeeding. And obviously, if someone says is breastfeeding, we're thinking about the child and asking. So she asked for a lower bail and might even plead guilty. Ruth didn't say much, but she got bail too. So remember the names. Absalom is the dad, Ruth is the wife, the mother to Upalisa, Palisa is the daughter. So all three got bail, and the mom who's breastfeeding, which is Upalisa, the daughter, got 5,000 rands bail, and the other two got 50,000 rands bail each. Now, here's the part that gets me, and this is what was allegedly done. The tender back in 2019 to 2020 at the Department of Education had emergency funds to repair schools, 21 schools. They had to repair 21 schools. Absalom was involved in drafting the tender memos, and the inflation. Let me tell you how they inflated everything. The tenders were supposedly inflated, and some schools didn't even get the repairs. And where the work was done, it was a shabby job. It was something that is not pleasing at all. So now all this money has gone out. You didn't do some of the things that you were supposed to do at schools, and the ones that are done, it's a terrible job. And the laundering part, Palisa's company received some of this money, making it look like a normal business. Business as usual. And the cash delivery, we did talk about that, that the mom now was the one who was taking out the large amounts and delivering them to the dad's friends or acquaintances, hand delivering them. So this is how they did it. So Uruth was the one who was responsible for the cash and deliver, including people her husband worked with. So Absalom didn't do this alone. There were people that he was working with, and uh, you know there were also assets that were bought with all of this money. Absalom allegedly bought properties with some of the loot. So the money went from school funds into Palisa's account, a company account, to pockets, and some of it went to property. Magistrate Patrick Morris called it a well organized machinery to defraud the department. This is what he called it. And yet, the money that was meant for kids' education ended up like this. And that's why people are so upset. People are so angry at this. So, let us talk about the court appearance now. So, in court yesterday, 33 people appeared, and three of those people are family members. And now we have 36 people who have been arrested overall, and bail conditions were pretty standard. You give up your passport, report to the police station, and you don't mess with witnesses. We know the drill. So that is what they told them. And the Hawks are treating this as a big investigation. They're not taking it lightly. And this was not only a family affair. Yes, there are family members who are involved in this, but this was not only a family affair. Right now, the Hawks are looking for 40 people and 17 companies connected to the scheme. Charges are heavy: fraud, corruption, theft, and money laundering. The next court date will be on the 26th of March 2026, when the state is expected to present more evidence. So, and people, will be watching this, and it's like a family show now, and one of the biggest corruption cases in Pumalanga in recent years. So think about it. The money that was meant to fix schools, Absalom bought properties. I don't know if the properties that we saw there, it's one of the properties that he bought or the one that he lived on. I don't know. But allegedly, it went to private hands. The money went to private hands. It bought property, and that's why cases like this hit hard. For now, the tellers are out on bail, and the investigation is ongoing, obviously, and it's just not about them. It's a lot of people who are involved, and I thought, you know what? Let me talk about this. South Africans need to know, and tell me what you think in the comment section. Is the Teller family really the masterminds here, or just a big part of this big web that we're seeing? So, with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. God bless you and ciao.